Hello, Future Dreams family. It's an honor to be part of the series for self care, a really important part of the cancer journey. The seed and soil theory is something that we are discovering to be increasingly important in cancer care. It touches on a very ancient principle, and the modern technology is allowing us to reveal fascinating insights that bring together a world of cutting edge science and traditional wisdom. To begin with, the real question is, what is cancer? And if I reflect on my own experience, I would say cancer is the most misunderstood disease of our times. The moment we hear the word cancer, the immediate images that come to mind is death and mortality. It raises fear, and it literally is a bombshell that drops in one's day. However, at the level of the cell, a cancer cell is a cell which has lost its way and has escaped the normal regulatory mechanisms in which our bodies function. There was a landmark paper called The Hallmarks of Cancer, and a subsequent paper called Hallmarks of Cancer in the Next Generation, which go into the detailed mechanisms in which a cell acquires a series of behaviors that no longer support a good relationship with the rest of the cells in the body. And I encourage you to explore these papers if you would like to understand more. The seed and soil theory touches on a theory that is similar to nature and nurture. Is it that there was something defective about the cell? It carried genes that just were not so great, and hence someone got cancer. Or was there an environment, a soil, that somehow did not support well-being of that cell? And as a result, the cancer cell had to struggle to survive and changed into a supercell that escapes the normal regulatory mechanisms of the body. What are these mechanisms? Each cell has a cycle. It's a remarkably complex and beautifully elegant system in which two cells that unite to create a human, one from your mom, one from your dad, continue to multiply and grow and differentiate into different types of tissues, organs that function to make you who you are today. And there's a very refined process that is in place to get rid of cells that perhaps in some way aren't effective and haven't gone through that process perfectly. It's similar to the seasons. You'll have a tree go through spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And the tree has this cycle which regenerates itself. The human body is the same. Every cell in your body has replaced itself in comparison to the person you were when you were 10 years old. Yet you are still the same. Well, how does this become important to someone like me who is a cancer imager? Traditionally, I would look at a mammogram and an ultrasound looking at how a cancer looked structurally. But now we look at cancer completely differently. On the left here are images from Professor Gillies' group and the Moffitt Center in the United States. They're looking at cancer as a habitat. They understand that within the cancer itself, there are so many different environments, and the environment around it becomes important. Often it lacks oxygen, it is acidic in comparison to healthy tissue. At UCH, we're exploring a new technique supported by Future Dreams called hyperpolarized MRI. Here we look at the conversion of a sugar called pyruvate into lactate, and we're getting a different method of looking at tumor metabolism, which is increasingly known to drive the human genome. The days when we looked at cancer as a blob on an image is gone now. We understand that cancer is so much more sophisticated. It creates different environments within the cancer itself and also in the environment around it, all which can help us understand which cancers are more aggressive and perhaps need slightly different treatments up front to ensure that all our patients have the best chance of surviving. Now let us take the seed and soil theory a step further. Not just immediately around the tumor cells itself, but what about if the whole body and the entire environment was part of the soil in the seed and soil theory? How would changing these things have an impact on cellular healing? While modern science is looking at the details of the seed and soil theory, revealing fascinating insights as to how tumor cells interact, how they move, how they change. Ancient wisdom looked at the body as physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual. And it was this integrated approach which looked at modifying things at every level that a person truly healed. I believe that cancer is both the disease and the symptom. And it is when we truly embrace the best of every method of medicine that is right for the individual that we have a great outcome. In part 2, I offer you a direct experience of an integrated approach. And in preparation for that, I encourage you to read an article that I wrote for the Future Dreams magazine. It's available free online, and I look forward to seeing you next week.